Welcome back. Nice quick one today. Why did I buy this pile of junk? Look at the state of it. Not tyres fell off, no inner tube, rusty chain, saddle clamp missing, horrendous accessories fitted, brakes all, it's just a mess. So why would you buy this? Well, it was cheap, £30. Not very much really, to be fair, and it's a great size. It's a 26-inch wheel with a 13-inch frame, so really good size for sort of 10, 11-year-olds. In the transition where people don't want to spend a great deal of money because they grow out of them so quickly. So this one should sell very easily. Very little effort really required to put it back together. So we need a seat clamp, inner tube, some grips. Well, it doesn't need it, I'm going to put a new chain on. Realistically, it should take me probably 10 or 15 minutes to get this back together and running again, and quick clean, and that's it, done, ready to sail. First thing it needs before I can get it in the stand is a saddle clamp. So £1.20. 31.8 on this one. Leave that up a bit so we can get it in the stand, and that's the first issue resolved. So these are miniature cable cutters, almost through in pretty much no time at all really. I say obviously with a full-size bolt cropper you'd be through in seconds. There you go, that's through. So that's that off. We don't know the combination, unfortunately, that's why I've cut it off. Just going to give it a very quick clean while the wheel's out. So Tektro V-brakes are, I mean, they're cheap and cheerful, but some of the better ones, at least they're branded. Some of the no brand ones are just absolutely terrible. There's so much flex in them, they're just hopeless. And V-brakes are very, very cheap nowadays. I'd rather have a V-brake than a cable operated disc brake, that's for sure. They are hopeless. If you're going to have discs, get hydraulics. If you've got cable operated disc brakes, upgrade if possible. Pretty cheap really, to be fair, to put hydraulic discs on. The mounts are the same, as long as you don't get integrated shifters into your brake levers, then there's nothing stopping you. On a flat bar bike that is, on a road bike, it's obviously significantly more challenging. Alright, I'm just going to finish cleaning this off a little bit, and we'll come back. I'll finish cleaning it later, but it's looking a bit better. I'll just remove these rubbish accessories that we're going to get used. Reflector's okay. Straighten this bell up, tighten that screw. That's that. More rubbish on here, I mean look at this. They don't even attempt. Oh my god. How much work is it just to chop the end of a cable tie off? None at all. It's better. The magnet off the wheel. Done. Quick releases on the wrong side of the wheel. Again, we'll take it out and give it a quick wipe down inside. Out. Just get the cobwebs off. This is a bit of a mess in here. So it's a bit of a minefield buying stuff on Facebook, but if you know what you're looking for, then you can get some real bargains. I mean, I know it's only a cheap rubbish bike, but for the kids, it's absolutely ideal. I say adults don't want us to spend a fortune on something they're going to grow out of in a year, so this is absolutely ideal, this sort of thing. Look, there's no corrosion on these at all, they're in really good condition. Right, I'll get some scratch remover on this and that will come off. I'm just going to whip this brake off actually to get a bit more access. 2 minutes. Perfect. Just need a quick polish on top of that. I'll just continue on the rest of that, clean the rest of it up. So that's majority of that's come straight off, so I'll finish that and give it a quick polish. Nice and clean, bit of grease on these pivots now. While it's off, make sure that goes in the middle of the hole. Tiny bit of wear on this pad, I might have to change that later. It's not too bad. Still see the wear lines on it. Yeah, this bike's had very, very little use, you can tell. I mean, look at that. There's no corrosion on any of these brakes. Cables look great. It's immaculate really. Well, not immaculate, but for a kid's bike it's in great condition. Just throw this front wheel back in, right way around this time. Good direction on the tyre as well. So no corrosion on these quick releases either. They're always bad. So it looks like it's lived in a garage all its life and then for some reason ended up in pieces. Just pump this tyre up. So done. Sort of street tyres on this as well with a slick tread, so significantly more practical for most. Just going to throw some grips on, just use some clear lacquer to get these to stick. Get it on quickly before that dries. These are the smaller grips for grip shift. Make sure your pattern lines up before it dries fully. Done. Same on the other side. And back wheel. I didn't really need a chain, but I think I'm going to put one on because there's just a bit of rust in it. It just detracts from the overall look of the bike. I think the chain's only about 3 or 4 pounds on this one anyway, so. Already looks better. Old-fashioned chain where you got to push the pin through. Just get it so it's almost flush, very slowly. Make sure you've got no stiff links. You've got a stiff link on there, so you need to use the second set of plates on your chain tool. It just flexes that chain. Put it back on there on the second link and give it a quarter of a turn on there. And that's gone. Just going to go through these gears now. I think they'll probably be totally fine. Small adjustment. Good. Front's a bit tight, but it's not been used for a while. Not very tight. I'm going to run a new cable for the front because that's super tight. Probably never been used. A lot of children's bikes only have used the rear gears. This one never gets used, so the cable just gets corroded. Actually, I'll cut it off in the down tube. Yeah, you can see corrosion all over this, so it's pretty bad. It's in a pretty sorry state. It should be silver. I'm going to keep this outer housing there. Silver inside. Not too bad, actually. See, the shifter works perfectly, so it's the cable that's causing the issues. Let's get this inner cable out. So on this Revo shifter, there's 2 tiny little screws to get the cable out. They're absolutely tiny. Don't lose them. Some of them have got a little clip you just unclip at the front, but these are screwed on. It's like absolutely tiny. And there's another one under here somewhere. And that's off. Don't lose this screw. It does come out the side, it's pretty fiddly. It just comes out like that then. Just put a new cable through, same way it came out. Through the barrel adjuster. That's it. Just pull it all the way through. That's it. And then just refit that cover. Straighten the bell up again. And just run it through this housing. I want to try and keep the blue housing because it'll match at the moment, so it's a shame to lose that. That feels really nice and smooth, so that's good. Just screw this in and then out 2 turns to give you some adjustment either way. And then just run that down the back. And the rest of the front cable just goes underneath this guide. And put the new one through. Make sure you go underneath this slot. Clean it while you're under it if you're that way inclined. There we go, a bit cleaner. On the other side we're just undoing this 5mm bolt. Get that off. So drop the cable through this hole here. And it just hooks over the top of the derailleur in. There's like 3 or 4 different slots and it just drops home. Put it behind this black piece and clamp it down. Make sure you're in the smallest ring and the first gear on the shifter. And you cut this cable, it's probably best really when you leave it all the way through here. Otherwise it kind of, when it shifts up, it ends up flicking over here and then catches on your pedals. Always put an end cap on as well, because it will just fray, otherwise that's it, done. The bike's cleaned up really well, to be fair. I don't know what the American equivalent of the Carrera range is. In the UK it's sort of a multi-chain store. It's their sort of one of their lower end bikes brands, but extremely popular. I see hundreds and hundreds of them. Probably the most popular brand in the UK by far, really, to be fair. I guess you've got some sort of Walmart equivalent, but you won't have these. Very good value for money, that's why they're so popular. So I'm just putting a bit of lubrication in there because it's pretty stiff still. Like I said, it's probably never been used as a front derailleur. A lot of the children's bikes, they don't tend to use these fronts. It's too complicated. Children can't deal with 18, 21 gears, there's just too many. I'm going to do a little video to show you how to lock this front derailleur into just the middle ring, which is the most useful. I'm just going to check these front gears now. That's up, that's up, down, down, perfect. I'm going to get rid of this stupid red sticker as well. So these red stickers are only fit on, so when they're assembled in the factory, it makes it quicker for them to assemble, but they should be took off. All we need to do now is reconnect these front brakes to see if they're working. Just hook that in there, put the rubber bit back on. These will fall out the levers as well, so make sure that's where it should be. Just pull that there. That just drops in. That's working. This pad's way too low on this rim, so just raise that up. 5mm T-handle, just raise that up and get it aligned to the rim. Just there. This front tyre's gone down again in the space of 5 minutes, so I think that's probably the original reason this bike was abandoned. Had a puncture. They probably borrowed the tube from the back to try and fix this and then just give up, so we'll fix that puncture. So this caliper's not moving quite as much as the other side, so we need more tension. So we just screw this screw in. Might be a case of screwing the other side out as well just to balance it. That's better. Just going to connect this back brake. Squeeze them together, hook that in, and then just give it a try. Again, it needs balancing over. Check this wheel's in the frame straight. It might be slightly out. Yeah, the wheel wasn't quite in straight. Again, I'm just going to adjust this pad. It's not quite in the right place. Compromise between, well, not compromise, but it needs to be set obviously so it isn't square on there, but not rubbing on the tyre and not diving underneath the rim. That looks fine. It just needs a bit of a adjustment on the screw as well. Pretty good. Just check these bolts are tight, obviously they're important. Right, these are a bit rusty, but most of them are, unfortunately. Yeah, all tight. There's two of them on the bottom. Yep. All tight. Good. So I'm going to fix this front puncture now. To fix this front one, we've just got to drop this wheel out again. There's a big hole here. Get a Sharpie and draw around it so you don't lose it when it goes flat. Just going to do a puncture repair. Doesn't need a new tube on this one. Quick bit of sandpaper. A little bit of cement around there as well. Nearly empty. It doesn't need much. And then if you've got gloves on, just smear it around to thin it out. Let that dry. It needs to go pretty much dry. And when it's dry, just put your patch on and hold it in place for a second like that, and that's it, fixed. Always make sure you run your fingers inside the tyre to check for any thorns or anything. I've already done it on this one, there's nothing. That's that fixed, just chuck the wheel back in. Set your brakes back up. I don't need setting up, I just need connecting up. And that's it. So punctures are dead easy on most things. E-bikes are confuse people a little bit more. I've made a video on it, I've done it blindfolded, it's that easy to be fair. But it does put a lot of people off. All you're doing is unplugging a cable, that's the only difference. That's that done. That's this one done then. I think that probably took me about 15 minutes if I wasn't moving the camera around to film it and everything, so it came up really nice to be fair again. Nice new chain on there, brakes are all good. Frames actually came up really pretty well. There's a couple of tiny little marks, but to be expected on a child's bike. And grips. Probably not the most exciting bike in the world, but so thanks for tuning in again, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. It's just a quick one, just to show you what can be done really if you shop around. People don't know what they're selling, so you can grab some real bargains. I'll say this would probably cost me 40 quid all in. Should be able to move it on for probably double that, make someone happy. Nice little bike for a youngster. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you've not already. Just help the channel big style, and we'll see what the future holds. Thank you very much.